Alright, welcome back. I'm here with the Star Wars The Black Series 50th Anniversary Clone Wars Mace Windu. This is, of course, Tartakovsky Clone Wars. I've already done my Grievous and ARC Trooper video on the other two figures of this mini wave. And Mace Windu is the last one that I have to do, and I'm pretty excited for it. He looks really good. Here he is in the packaging. There's the art right there. Looking nice, and the Clone Wars logo right there. And then we, of course, got the explosion in the background. There's a look at that Star Wars logo and a Clone Trooper, as well as the 50th anniversary thing. And then at the back, we've got more Mace Windu art. The same description as the other three figures, or the other two. Then we got Star Wars Clone Wars again, and the timeline. So this Mace Windu here, I got all three of these online, and Mace Windu was the best looking one. I just love this packaging. I'm gonna have to get like the ARC Trooper or something sealed, so I can just have that to display because this is beautiful. So it's gonna pain me to do this. I'm sorry. Oh. It's not going as smoothly as Grievous. And there he is. There's that cardboard insert. All three of the figures have one of these, so I guess maybe I could figure out a way to display this, because it does look really cool. Package in the trash. And now that he's out of the packaging, I can totally say that I love this figure. I haven't even taken a look at the articulation yet, but just the way that it looks, the way that the soft goods of the cloak kind of lay on the back of the figure. Yeah, of course, the face, which, I mean, I'll take a closer look at later, but, I mean, look at that. The only issue is that he does kind of have some trouble standing. His ankle joints are very tight, but it should be fine. But, yeah, this is looking to be the best figure of the three here. I think I'm still going to like the ARC Trooper more, but this is building up to be pretty amazing. So in terms of accessories, we've got his lightsaber here, and this is actually looking pretty good. It's, of course, the purple blade. It can detach. I think it's coming loose. It's almost there. There we go. So you can detach it, and there is a little place on his belt right here. There's that little peg hole, and there's the peg on the hilt, and it can go right there. And so that's what that looks like. The hilt itself is pretty well detailed. You get some gold details on there. That's that little switch thing right there. And then in the middle with the ridges. And there's some more gold there. Then we got those black details towards the end. And I'm trying to find anything else on here. That's pretty much it. It looks really nice. Let me try and get another good view of it. There's the hilt. So that's all there is to say about that. With the articulation at the head, there's basically nothing except for the swivel around here. You can get it to turn all the way around. There is a ball joint up in there, obviously, but because of this armor that's over his shoulders right here, he can't do anything. He can barely look, like, you can't get any movement down or up. And I don't know why, but you can't get it to move up either. It's just because that, I guess the way his neck is, it just doesn't allow for the joint to move up or down. And that's kind of unfortunate. Definitely, I'd probably say the worst thing about this figure, you just can't get any expression out of the head articulation. That's like the best you can get. But the head sculpt does look really good. That's Samuel L. Jackson right there. And, I mean, it's very impressive. It's very impressive. And I've turned the flash on so you can get a better look at what those paint apps look like, at what the sculpt for the face looks like. It's pretty nice. And at the arms for the articulation, we get an up this far, and I'm pretty sure there's also a butterfly joint in there. Yep, that's what it looks like beneath there. You get a movement inward that much, and you can get it outward a lot as well. I really need to stop hitting the camera when I do articulation. And then with the elbow joint, it can go up that much. And what's interesting with the elbow joint right here and kind of where the soft goods end, it looks like they have taken the soft goods and they have run it through the joint. So they like put the soft goods up in the joint, and then they put the forearm piece in there, so the soft goods aren't going to come all the way down. It ends up making everything look really nice and natural, like he's just rolled up his sleeves or something. It's pretty great. And then with the wrist articulation, this is the side where you got the in and the out. It goes out a decent amount, but it doesn't go in very much because of the armor. And of course, you got the swivel. And actually, with the other wrist, it doesn't have the joint that makes the wrist go down or up. It's another one that goes in and out. And I'm pretty sure the sculpting on this forearm right here, this armor piece, is different than the one over here, because this is kind of clone trooper armor he's got going on right here. And this is the side that has the comm link on there. And then with the articulation for the torso area, we get a pretty good downward crunch right there. And then it'll go back this much, and it'll tilt from side and to side. With the leg articulation, it is going to be a little bit hindered by this plastic piece right here. It's not soft goods, which I guess is fine because it ends up looking really good. The whole tunic and everything looks really nice. And then there's like the kind of contrast with the soft goods of the cape. It just looks really good and natural. But with the leg articulation, you can get it to go up this far. And actually, now that I do it, it's not that hindered very much. And then you got the outward. If I can get it to go back down, it goes out that much. That's actually where it's hindered a little bit. And then with the knee articulation, you get it to go. It's got the double joint right there. And it looks like you can get it to go up that much. So that's good. And then with the ankle, you get it to go back that much. And whoa. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. It's kind of scary. But that's as far as it'll go forward. But it does go back a good amount. I don't know if you'd want to display him with his legs up like that, though, because since this is a softer plastic material, it is going to get, I guess, not really stiff, but it's going to get more upward this way. It's going to be stuck up there if you have the leg up there for too long. And since you'd want it laying down, because that's when it looks natural, you probably don't want to bend the leg up too much. And to finish off the leg articulation, we got the thigh cut. That is the swivel all the way around. And if you want to see what his pants look like underneath here, this is what we got going on. There's that. Oh, and that's basically what we got going on right there. This is what the back looks like underneath the cape. You do have the thermal detonator. This is also kind of a clone belt we've got right here. There's some pouches. Continues on to the front. And then he's also got, it's not really clone armor. It's like the Jedi clone armor, kind of like what Obi-Wan has and what Anakin has earlier in the Clone Wars, the Filoni Clone Wars. They kind of have this chest armor right here that just goes over the shoulders with these little pads right here. And so it looks like he's got that going on. And of course, like I said before, he's got the clone wrist armor, the belt, and then he's got his tan boots here, which I think those are supposed to be a darker brown color. That's actually what it shows on the box art. But they, for some reason, decided to make it this lighter color. It still looks fine. It's just a little bit inaccurate. You've also got a little bit of paint here on the torso that's just showing the robes beneath this kind of overcoat here. It's just a lighter color. It looks pretty good to break up the colors a bit. And talking about accuracy, this is probably the most, it's definitely the most accurate figure out of the whole wave. It's literally just how he looks in the Tartakovsky Clone Wars, except for the boots, but that isn't really a big deal. They got pretty much everything right here, and I'm sure the robes could be a little bit different. It is reusing the previous Mace Windu figure that we got in the Black Series, but I mean, why not? It looks the way that it should. This is definitely, in terms of accuracy, a good figure. This is also just a great action figure in general. I absolutely love this. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad. It's like the perfect figure that we needed for this wave. Well, the ARC Trooper is slightly, well, it's not slightly, but it's pretty inaccurate. It may have the right paint apps. It may still be a great action figure, but it's inaccurate. Then you had General Grievous. He had horrible articulation. He's like just a bunch of sticks glued together, and it feels like it's just going to constantly fall apart, even if it looks good. But Mace Windu just feels like he is like the perfect figure here, aside from the head articulation. And he really is, he's just a great action figure. And I mean, we're looking at all three of them together right here. it looks really nice. I'm sure Grievous is about to fall over. Hope you guys enjoyed all this. Definitely want some feedback in the comments. Always looking to improve. These being my first few YouTube videos, obviously not going to be the best, but I'm getting there, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And that this was the Star Wars The Black Series 50th Anniversary Clone Wars Mace Windu. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Probably going to take a look at some vintage collection stuff next, and we'll see where it goes. Goodbye.